What if manufacturers, financial service providers, and logistics service providers are connected together? What if former East European countries can integrate easier in existing networks? What if order processing time is reduced? What if the costs for warehousing and transportation are reduced? What if there is a better access to trade financial instruments for manufacturers?
Welcome to this short introductory video about the FluidWin project, an innovative platform that has grown out of a new funded research. FluidWin addresses the challenges of the global manufacturing economy and focuses on provided integrated services within the manufacturing firms, their extended suppliers network, and the external service providers in the logistics and financial sectors.
Globalization is pushing industries of any kind and size to act as worldwide global players. Industries buy and sell all over the world. Supply chains today are complex networks where members are heterogeneous, parts and component manufacturers, but also logistic and financial service providers. These complex networks, consisting of companies of several industrial sectors, such as manufacturing, finance and logistics, have to perform as a unique body. Thus, they need to be perfectly synchronized. When the majority of the network members belong to the EU 27, synchronization can be easier. Using this opportunity, EU-based networks can compete with networks that take advantage of low labor cost countries such as those in the Far East. In order to ensure continuous process monitoring and transparency, as well as accurate information flows, it is necessary to extend the electronic business relationship between manufacturers, prime contractors and suppliers, B2B applications, towards those service providers whose activities affect the quality of cooperation between business partners. This would result in more reliable forecasts, electronic order and document exchange, more transparency on performance. The FluidWin platform ensures a seamless integration of third-party logistics service providers within manufacturing networks based on easy-to-use electronic services with the innovative B2, B2B approach.
The logistics scope. Looking at business trends in the EU 25 over the past 10 years, it seems that the rate of outsourced logistics processes has risen significantly. More and more companies have considered this opportunity in order to stay competitive. In fact, 75% of the European logistic processes are outsourced by companies to third-party service providers. Therefore, FluidWin takes this into account and integrates data from logistic service providers and manufacturing firms that send information to each other over the platform. This reduces the order processing time and also reduces the manual order management administration. Another advantage is that this cuts down conventional ways of communication, thus saving money, streamlines human resources to minimize cost, reduces IT development costs based on the ASP business model, reduces investment and maintenance of hardware infrastructure, reduces the costs of warehousing and transportation, and finally reduces logistic services non-conformity. Regarding trade financial services used by the SMEs operating in Europe. However, only a small percentage of companies use factoring and invoice discounting in order to alleviate their cash flow difficulties. In order to ensure continuous process monitoring and transparency, as well as accurate information flows, it is necessary to extend the electronic business relationship between manufacturers, prime contractors and suppliers, B2B applications, towards those financial service providers whose activities affect the quality of cooperation and the financial stability between the business partners. Advantages of FluidWin in the financial domain include the improved access to trade financial instruments for manufacturers, the less human administrative efforts in invoice and financial service management, the lowered risk for the financial service providers, and the single integration in order to access a multitude of SMEs and financial service providers. The manufacturing situation in Europe. Over the past decade, EU manufacturing companies of all sizes have learned to provide an ultra-quick response to the very unstable markets. The need to satisfy real-time demand has become a key factor to success. OEM manufacturers and component producers achieve this agility by following the strategy of outsourcing a major part of their non-core manufacturing activities.
The point of view that FluidWin has offered present solutions.
I think from the first and primary innovation that we made was in the strategy or the design of the system to be as loosely coupled as possible. Being a loosely coupled system essentially meant that we could allow specialists in each and every field to work specifically and exclusively on their area of expertise, whilst not interfering with each other's processes predominantly. This meant that from the Acrosslimits point of view, we were able to concentrate on providing these services for banks, insurance companies and other financial service providers. Apart from that, another technical innovation that we thought was extremely helpful for us was the use of a drag-and-drop utility for an XML integration. It's a system that's quite similar to the Microsoft BizTalk software suite of products, but something which was more adapted to the financial services industry.
What are the technical requirements that one needs to have to start making part of a FluidWin platform?
Technical requirements. So, from our side, one of the most important aspects of the project was to make the barrier of entry to financial service providers as low as possible. We needed to provide something which was low cost, easy to integrate, and that would easily gain the trust of the companies which would engage in using the platform. So regarding requirements, technically there's a need for a very small IT capability. A company who's comfortable integrating with normal standard protocols such as XML, and being the platform providers, we obviously take it upon ourselves to provide updates to the platform to use whichever kind of technologies in the future that financial service providers are comfortable using.
Where is the largest potential from a business perspective for organizations joining FluidWin?
Well, from a business potential perspective, there's an amount of synergy that can be gained for all parties. From a logistics perspective, we are providing a platform that can give them opportunities for long-term relationships with top manufacturers in a system where we have envisaged trust from the financial service industry, all inculcated into one platform. From the perspective of financial service providers, we're offering them a platform that has much potential for factoring and invoice discounting. And as B2B products are further developed by financial service providers, this will be an ideal opportunity for them to use an existing platform to effortlessly be able to provide these to manufacturers and logistic companies as and when they join the network. It's quite a simple business case for them.